With respect, I disagree with what the leader of the House just said. Mr. Speaker, the chair of the committee called a meeting late this morning for us to discuss the report. We discussed the report and agreed together on what should be the report. Mr. Speaker, the committee directed its clerk to do the needful. A draft was brought to me whilst I was in the office to go through to be sure that whatever we had discussed had been so captured. I detected some omissions and wrote on the report and told the transmitter that he should engage the chair so that it will be done. Mr. Speaker, I was called by our clerk that she is right here in the chamber and chairman has some disagreement. So she wants me in. Mr. Speaker, I came in waiting to meet with the chairman. They said he was at the robing room. I went there. Unfortunately, he had already been there and had gotten back to the chamber. Mr. Speaker, whilst I was still talking to the clerk, chairman hands me a report which has been signed by the clerk, the same clerk who was waiting for me for us to finish this thing, has been signed by her and the chairman. Mr. Speaker, I don't want a repeat of what happened some months to happen again. I have reached out to the acting clerk to Parliament. I've expressed my views on this matter again to him. I still want to give peace a chance. It is not, Mr. Speaker, it is not proper. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues are introducing a phrase that I want to adopt. Mr. Speaker, I would want to give dialogue a chance because, Mr. Speaker, when we dialogue well, we'll get to a solution. What I agree, however, with the leader of the House is that, yes, members of the committee have expressed their principled position on the matter, but it is how that is to be expressed. If your side is satisfied with how your views have been captured, and this was a matter of discussion at the committee, then be fair to us also to have our views correctly captured. I do not think that this is a matter that we should come to the floor for cameras to witness we breaking shoulders over this matter. We don't need to. We don't need to. Mr. Speaker, the clerk was still engaging me. I am therefore at a loss how and why the chairman could transmit a signed report to the leader of government business as if we are trying to frustrate the process. Mr. Speaker, far, far, far from that. Our job is not to frustrate or obstruct. Our job is to speak and make our position known. That is democracy. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to entreat my colleagues, however huge their majority strength may be. This is a House of Parliament. We have an outstanding matter. I have seen movement on the floor. I pray that we would go by it so that we bring this thing to a closure. If we are done, it is not any difficult matter. They can lay their report. Once we are done, then we proceed. We have our views. You have your views. But Mr. Speaker, I will plead with you that kindly direct a further dialogue for us to close this matter. That's all, Mr. Speaker, I would want to submit.
Chairman of the committee.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to respond to issues raised by the minority leader and the ranking member of the appointment committee. Right, Honorable Speaker, this report has since been ready and a copy given to the minority leader. Then, in his own handwriting, he recommended what should be included in the report, which I have at hand. Based on that, a decision was not taken on the report. Mr. Speaker, it was integrated. And again, in his own handwriting, he indicated for the second time what should again be added. Mr. Speaker, I have his own handwritten document with me as evidence of what transpired. Mr. Speaker, after all has been taken into consideration, we had a meeting late this morning, and then we agreed on the reports. What the minority leader said was that, contrary to all the reports that I have read in this House, appointment report that I've read in this House, he is of the view that a preliminary comment should be indicated in the report. And if you look at the report, paragraph 4.0, it has captured the preliminary comment verbatim. Then he again indicated that from the preliminary comment, the clerk should indicate justification for the decision, stating that all minority members are opposed and voted against the nomination of the 7 judges. And Mr. Speaker, if you look at page 137 of the report, same had been done based on the meeting that we had this afternoon. Mr. Speaker, the recording from the meeting will indicate that, subject to what he wants to be captured, we have voted on the reports. The audio will bear me out. And everybody said yes. Then, Mr. Speaker, after the report was finalized and signed, and a copy given to him, contrary to his assertion that he has just been handed over the report just now, when he looked at the report, he is again asking what is not contained in his preliminary comments, as discussed at the committee level, be again added to the report. Mr. Speaker, I have a copy of the preliminary comment that he brought at the committee level. I can give out the preliminary comment and what he's asking to be added, which has never occurred at the committee level, so that they compare it with his own preliminary comment that he has added and what he is now seeking the clerk to add. So, Mr. Speaker, I indicated to the clerk that once what he is seeking to be added is not part of the preliminary comment that he said we should include in the report, that should not be added. Mr. Speaker, to what extent, as the chairman of the committee, will I indulge the minority leader and the ranking member of the committee? So, Mr. Speaker, the report is ripe to be taken, and it should be laid. In life, honesty is the best policy. It is the truth that will make all of us free. I wasn't the only one at the meeting. Both majority members and the minority members were at the meeting. Mr. Speaker, so long as you said they should take the conclusion from your preliminary issues that you have raised, and what you are seeking to do now is not part of your preliminary comment. It's not an issue before the committee. So why should it be indicated? Mr. Speaker, let me also place on record that I have read committee's report, including appointment committee's report. If a decision is taken or you have voted no, you don't do justification in the report. In this house, when we take a decision by voice vote, do we indicate justification in the report? If you take decision by head count, do we indicate decision in the report? If you take decision by voting, do we indicate why you have voted no and why you have voted yes? So, Mr. Speaker, we are setting a very bad precedent. This House is setting a very bad precedent. All that I have seen to be happening is that the report is by a majority decision. That is all. When you are on your feet and you want to justify why the report should be a minority decision, then a majority decision, then you can make your submission to justify why you have voted in the way the report is. But to say your justification should be part of the report, Mr. Speaker, is very novel, and I'm seeing it for the first time. However, we have indulged him, and the report has captured the same. Mr. Speaker, I humbly submit.
Yes, in your contribution, kindly also address when the proceedings of the committee ended, when you were considering the judges. When did you end the
decision of the committee ended at the 10th floor committee room. Just because for the time, unless I rely on the clerk, the exact time that it has ended.
The hearings, when did you conclude the hearings of the committee?
The vetting of the report or?
The public hearing?
Yes, Friday.
Friday?
Yes.
Friday, okay.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
That's okay. Mr. Speaker, by Wednesday, we had done 6 judges. And the report on the 6 judges were ready and distributed for our comment. So, Mr. Speaker will recall that whilst we are in your office, we started going through the reports. So, Mr. Speaker, on Friday, it was only 1 judge that was vetted owing to a petition that the committee has addressed. So, for me, what was left was the consideration of the report of the single judge vetted on Friday. And Mr. Speaker, when the report of the single judge was produced, copy was given to the minority leader, and in minority leader's own handwriting, he made comments that comment should be integrated. And Mr. Speaker, that comment was integrated.
Yes,
and
yes.
Because it was in his own handwriting.
First Deputy Speaker, yes, we heard you on that one. So let me listen to the Deputy Minority Leader. I think you are a member of the committee.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would agree with both contributors that we had a discussion on the report. And at a point in time, we came up with suggestions as to the format in which the report was to be taken. after a series of questions from the Honorable Deputy Minority Leader, we all agree that yes, what the Honorable Minority Leader is indicating must be incorporated in the report. But before dispersing from the meeting, there was a clear understanding that after inserting the preliminary comments and the suggestion that was written,
Honorable members.
Yes.
Yes, honorable members, we all heard her. Please.
Honorable.
Yes, please continue.
The minority leader pleaded, and it was accepted, that after the incorporation of the suggestions in the report should be reverted back to him, and then he will have a last look at it, and then be ascertained that it is the full capture of what he indicated before it is signed and accepted by all of us. I'm here to learn that even though the minority leader, whatever he wrote was incorporated, it was never sent back to him. It was sent back to him. He made an input. He made an input correcting a statement that was not right. So once he has made that input, I believe that we all agree that it is only when all these things are corrected before it can be signed and presented for laying. So, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to beg of you. I think we are all trying to build consensus in everything that we get. Dialogue is the most important thing. We have dialogue with the chair, and if he's not going to agree to what we are suggesting, it is not a right position of the minority. And therefore, it is very important that what we want to express out there must be clearly stated. So I would like to plead with you, Mr. Speaker, that give us a little more chance to go through the report again, and then by the agreement of the committee members, then we will represent on the floor. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, I don't think we have to continue this exchanges. It's not a debate, but we are governed by rules. And Order 215 gives us an indication of how reports of committees should be not only adopted by the committee, but also presented to the House. And 215.1 says that the deliberations and recommendations of a committee shall be presented to the House in the form of a committee, of a report. Honorable Dr. 2152 says, the committee shall consider and adopt the report prior to the presentation of the report to the House, and the report shall be signed by the chairperson and the clerk to the committee. With specific reference to the Appointments Committee, 21711 says the committee shall report to Parliament within 3 days after the conclusion of proceedings of the committee when Parliament is sitting. Honorable members, please, when you are dealing with serious matters of this nature, you don't keep on conversing as if you are in the market square. Please. After listening to the information from the members of the committee, the chair, the ranking, and a senior member, the deputy minority leader, I think some of what you refer to I'm aware of, because you even sought my assistance in some of these matters in my conference room and went through them together. We thought we had settled them. Now they are being rehashed. I don't think that is proper. When we are talking about a report of a committee, we are talking about the whole committee. We are not talking about individuals inserting things to suit their understanding of a report of the committee. Whatever you have to say, you can say it here on the floor as part of your contributions to the deliberations of the House. I will give you enough time to say it. We cannot expect the report to capture everything. Please, you will not be prevented from saying what you want to say. But when we talk about the report, we are talking about the report capturing the decision of the whole committee. That is what we are looking at. So please, I think the report is properly before the House, and it will be presented, and it will be taken by this House today. So please, Chairman of the committee, you may proceed to do so now.
Report of the Appointments Committee on His Excellency the President's nominations for appointments as Justices of the Supreme Court of Ghana.